And welcome again, everyone, to another edition of the BIS podcast, broadcasting live on the Marvin Network, where our goal is to bring you updates in local government, technology, and to mix in a little bit of fun as well. On today's episode, we'll be going over online protest tips and tricks. Obviously, for all our Texas folks with the online protest season quickly approaching, we want to make sure that everyone is updated, informed, and ready to go for this year's protest season. And we have none other than one of our great products team members to join us and talk about those tips and tricks. Morgan Ballinger joining us today on the podcast. Morgan, first off, it's great to have you back on, and I believe this is the second or third time that we've had you on the podcast.
Second. I think we talked about new online appeals last season, so back again.
Well, it's awesome to have you back on again, Morgan. Now, diving right in, what are some of those tips and tricks, or what are some things that our clients right now that can be doing to kind of prepare themselves for the upcoming protest season?
Right. So we have worked hard to get a lot of the work done early this season. So worked out a lot of the kinks from last year, added some new features. So we really want everyone to get in there and start looking at the BIS admin portal. We have all of our online appeals settings, agent appeals settings there, and some new documentation available for you to go in and review those settings early, get your portal, all of those settings set up now. And if you have any questions, reach out now. Harris users also need to probably take a glance at their PACS configurations and just make sure you have all of that set up with your ARB staff before the season starts.
And Morgan, I know one of the biggest tools that we have right now for trainings is our new Banana Academy. Can you speak a little bit about that and what sort of training videos are on there?
Sure. So our staff has been working to create individual training videos on the taxpayer portal, as well as online appeals, agent appeals, and all of our other products. So we're constantly adding new documentation there. Anything that you might have a question on, there should be a video, like a how-to video that walks through that process, as well as some written documentation. If you needed to print that out for any reason, it is there. So there is a searchable library for our CAD staff. So anybody in your office that might need access to that can go to the admin portal and click on the help button. It'll take you straight to the Banana Academy URL. There's also a section in there called in-user training. So that is videos specific for the taxpayer or the user of our products that might call your office. So it might be helpful to have your staff watch some of those videos as well, so they're familiar with what the taxpayer or the agent is going to see on their side and be able to better help fill those calls and answer those questions. So there's going to be a lot of documentation there that's going to be helpful. And like I said, we are making it searchable by subject. So if you were just wanting to see how to file an appeal or how to reset a password, you can search by, keyword, which is super helpful this year.
One of the things you mentioned, Morgan, before we started talking here on the podcast is for our clients to do some internal testing on their systems. And one of the things you mentioned is that for them to create some internal accounts so they can kind of test out the system a little bit and to make sure everything is running right and that they can play around with it a little bit, learning it and also just making sure that everything is up to par.
Yeah. So as you get closer to, mailing out your appraisal notices, getting ready for online appeals season, all of our taxpayers, all of our clients are going to be using the taxpayer portal. So all of your taxpayers should be creating an account in the taxpayer portal and then accessing products like online appeals. So it would be very easy for your staff to go ahead and create their own taxpayer portal account. And then if you want them to even test an online protest before you are ready for the public to do that, you could have some staff accounts file so you can manage those, test a little bit. And then if you need to have those deleted, we can do that on the product team. You can reach out and have us delete any test data that you don't want to keep. But that would be very helpful, I think, before the season starts. Just get some of your staff in there and creating an account and filing an appeal.
Awesome to hear, Morgan. Now, moving on to agent appeals, what we've been talking about with taxpayer appeals, same thing applies to agent appeals, correct?
Yep. So the agent portal is a separate URL, a separate product. And so we do have some clients that are going to want to use an agent portal for their agents to set up an account. It's going to be very similar to the taxpayer portal where they can view documents and then file their online appeals. There is some separate settings in the admin portal for that. So I would suggest looking at those. We have some documentation in the Banana Academy for those as well. But I would suggest anyone that wants to use the agent portal to reach out to product support. We can help walk through those settings one-on-one and maybe even give a little demo of Agent Appeals if you have any questions on how that's going to work, because it is a configurable product that you can turn on and off several different features. So I feel like clients are going to want that a little bit more personalized. So I would definitely reach out to product support if you're interested in the Agent Appeals.
Now, Morgan, what is your opinion of what is going to make this year's online protest season so much better than last year's?
Well, we have really worked closely with our internal dev team and Harris clients, and then working through all of those tickets from last year, all the issues that we have experienced. The first year was a great learning year. So we went back and revisited all of those issues as a product team, as a development team, and started, last summer, last fall, really working to fix all of those issues. A lot of internal testing has been done. I myself am been doing a lot of testing with our product team. So I feel like we are just moving in a better direction as far as being more prepared, better tested, and just a lot more knowledgeable this year on how we want our product to work. So.
Now, Morgan, if any of our clients have any questions or concerns, what is the best way to contact your team?
So yeah, the best way is going to just be to put in a product support ticket with our product team. It's productsupport@bisconsultants.com. They can get you to the right person, set up a training, answer any questions that you might have, or if you're, talking to sales staff or anyone else in our office, IT, and you have a question, they can definitely help get you to the right person and put in a ticket for you as well.
And we really do appreciate you, Morgan, joining us on the podcast today to go over these tips and tricks, and we're really looking forward to a great online protest season.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a busy season. It always is. It's a very stressful time for everyone, but it's going to be a good season. So that's our plan for this year. Busy, but good. So definitely reach out. There's going to be questions. There's going to be things that might need to be tweaked as far as your settings, and it's going to be great. But we're going to have a great team here to help you this year.
And just like Morgan said, it's going to be a great online protest season this year. If you have any questions or concerns, again, contact the products team, product support at bisconsultants.com, or feel free to give us a call, 800-247-9045. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the BIS podcast. Again, thank you to our guest, Morgan Ballinger, for joining us today. I'm Josh Green, and until next time, so long and goodbye.